This is devlog one of my Python documentations. So I want to start off by giving my drive link where all of the files will be stored, and my Gmail where if you have any problems you can reach out to me. So what is this? Instead of creating video tutorials, I thought creating written tutorials would be much better. The reason for this is nothing is finalized. I can still make changes to previous files while I'm releasing new ones. This way, if you have any problems, if you think a file is too complex, I can make changes instantly. I will also be recommending books, courses, and tutorials throughout these documentations. This way, you will have another source of learning if you don't like my tutorials. In these documents, we will go from why to learn programming to hopefully by the end of the week have had covered arrays and functions, which is my main goal. But due to the amount of work these things take, I might or I probably will fall behind schedule. I apologize for that, but it is quite a lengthy task. So how quickly will updates be made? Every week a new video will be uploaded. It will be about 5 to 6 minutes long max, and it will talk about the updates made to these documents, and that is one of the main reasons I have created this channel as a subcategory of my main documents where we can or where you can see the changes that have been made to the documents. This way you can watch the videos and you can decide for yourself if you want to reread the document that I made changes to, or the new files are worth your time. If they're not, you can just skip them. One of the main questions everyone will have is, alright, you have made written documents, but what makes this different than a version 3 or 4 of a book from an actual author? Well, I'm going to teach you how to search and use the internet and how to debug and solve complex problems. This may seem like a really basic thing, but a lot of tutorials don't teach you this, and you can see it quite clearly if you watch something like Harvard CS50 course. Just watch lecture 0 there, and then go ahead and watch any other Python tutorial, and you will see that in the CS50 lecture, they teach you how to build blocks, and then they don't ask you to reuse them. They ask you to use the process of making a block and build your own. So that's the thing that I'm going to teach you, how to search the internet and how to use similar functions but not the ones that I have taught you. Of course, I'm gonna give you tasks where you will be reinforcing your learning, but at the same time you will also get tasks on topics which you have not learned before, and you will have to use Google for that. And this is one of the main things a beginner should know to advance their learning, because programmers most of the time don't really know most of the stuff they've written. They just know how to use this. Alright? You don't need to learn anything. Your computer is enough for that. You have Chrome for a reason. What you do need to know is how to use these things, and that's what I'm going to teach you. So this lecture or this video is actually the second part. The first part was uploaded a week before, but it had some audio issues, so I deleted it. But I'm still gonna take you through what's new and what I've added. This way you will get a sense of how much content is being added every single week. So first of all, these are the new files that I've added. So we have pre-print and syntax errors, taking user inputs, theory and practical, and then the solution to the project inside of this file. Then in the previous documents, these are like minor changes I made to previous documents. Some of the files I've upscaled, some of them I've like zoomed in and taken better photos so you can see them better. Then also changed some titles. Aside from that, this is one of the new files that I've added, Unreal Expectations. And then these are the main things that I've added to the previous document. So some of the documents I've rewritten and I think they are crucial. So these are the ones. Your first lines of code theory is mostly rewritten. What to do if problems arise is completely rewritten. More recommendations has been added. why do we need to learn programming has been completely rewritten. So this is how this goes. This is the crucial documents that have been added which are new. These are minor changes to previous documents that shouldn't matter to you that much. These are minor documents that have been added which you can read if you want to but aren't necessary. And these are the main rewritten files. And this is how after a week of work it looks. So I've this is the final big change that I made. So I don't know why I did this. Before everything was just like files numbered, but now I've made different folders for each one, which is so much better for me and for people using these documents. And that's it. If you think this is something you will be interested in, there is a link in the description below. You can check it out, and I will actually show you a little. And let me just go here and show you how the documents actually look, right? So programming basics, you can see each folder has, like, you start here, everything is numbered, and you will be guided through it basically. So let's see, I take on, let's string concatenation. This is a new thing I've added, and you can see this is how the documents will look for you. I try to create them visually appealing while also staying kind of formal. This way, you won't get bored reading this black and white. So if this is something you're interested in, do check out the link in the description below. And if you have any problems, any changes you would like to make, let me know as well. These are completely free for you to use, and hopefully you can learn something from these documents. And that's it. I will see you next week.